Is it too late to get help with your asylum case once you've already submitted your application? I get this question all the time, and the answer to it is really important, so I wanted to make a quick video. If we're just meeting Ryan Manning, and I'm an asylum lawyer. I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now as an asylum lawyer, I help people all over the country secure their future in America through asylum. So let's say that you do everything yourself in terms of preparing your asylum application, maybe writing a personal statement to submit along with it, and possibly even including some information about what's going on in your country, some reports and the like, or what we call country of origin information. So you do all that on your own, but then you realize, you know what, maybe it would be best to get some help. This happens all the time. People do this on their own, but then they realize, because maybe they've heard about their friends getting rejected and getting sent to immigration court, that, you know what, it would be a good idea to get some professional help with this. So you may be thinking, well, is it too late? Can I really get help now that I've actually applied on my own? The answer is absolutely yes. There's still a lot that an experienced, good asylum lawyer can do to help you increase your chances for success in your asylum case. And so there's kind of three different things that I want to mention quickly. One, they can write a legal brief or an argument that basically explains why you're eligible for asylum. They take the facts of your situation in your case, and also in light of what's going on in your country in terms of what the government or what the bad guys are doing to people in your country, and they apply those things to the law, okay? And asylum law is complicated, and it's really difficult to get a handle on unless you're a lawyer who has a lot of experience and deals with this stuff all the time. And so a lawyer can do that. They can write out, basically, here is why under the applicable laws and the government's policies and interpreting those laws, the applicant or the client is entitled to asylum, okay? They help make that argument and make the case in a clear way. And then second, a lawyer can also help advise you as to what other documents you might want to gather, because sometimes it's helpful to have things like evidence or proof, certain documents or maybe letters from people that may help back up your case and just strengthen it, okay? And a lawyer may be able to know what those things are and to advise you as to what you can get, because it's not too late. You can still supplement your application with new items, new documents, usually up until the interview. Sometimes they might reject it if you submit it too late, like within a couple of weeks of your interview coming up. So it's best to do it right away, as soon as you realize that you need help. But you definitely can supplement your filing, okay? And then the other big, two other things that a lawyer can help you with is one, interview preparation, okay? You can do a practice interview or a mock interview, which I do with my clients, and I think it's very important and helpful to help them know what they're going into, because the real interview is very different than what people have experienced before, okay? It's stressful. You don't get to just sit there and tell your story and explain why you're afraid to go to your country or explain what's happened to you. Rather, the asylum officer asks you question after question after question. They interrupt you often. They don't let you finish your answers or even finish your thought. They change topics and lines of questioning quickly. And so it's a stressful, difficult environment. And because of that, people tend to make mistakes, all right? They're under pressure and stress, and they commit these little errors that can end up really costing them and hurting their case. And if you do a practice interview ahead of time with someone who really knows what's going on, with a lawyer with lots of experience in asylum law, then you'll go into the real interview feeling like you've basically been there before and done that. You know what to expect, so you're more comfortable and less likely to commit those small errors, okay? And obviously, someone who knows what they're doing can also just give you a bunch of tips to help you prepare for the interview, all right? And then at the interview, it's important to have a lawyer there to help you. One, I think it helps to ensure that the asylum officer respects your rights and treats you well. Most asylum officers are great and professional, but some of them can be hostile, some of them can be unreasonable, and they're less likely to act that way with a lawyer in the room. But more importantly still, at the end of the asylum interview, after the officer does the question and answer part with the client or the person who's seeking asylum, the lawyer gets a chance to say a few words, kind of like a closing argument. And so it's important to have someone who's able to summarize briefly, quickly, why you're entitled to asylum. But in my opinion, the lawyer can make best use of this time by addressing things that have come up during the interview that the lawyer can tell, okay, that looks like it might be a problem in the asylum officer's mind. Like maybe the asylum officer sees a certain aspect of the case as a weakness, or perhaps they don't understand something as well as they should, or were confused about something. A good lawyer can pick up on, and with my background as an asylum officer, I think that I'm well positioned to pick up on those things, all right, and to address them at the end of the interview. So those are just a few of the ways that a lawyer can help you even after you've submitted your asylum application. So in my opinion, yeah, I think it's worth getting some help. Even if you've already submitted your asylum application, a lawyer can still help you to really strengthen your case, and in my opinion, can really help you increase your chances for winning. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, just leave them in the comments below this video, or feel free to send a message to the Manning Asylum Law Facebook page. I'll be happy to see if I can help you. Thanks.